Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
I can't really like watch it with any authority. I don't have like the ability to assess a game with anything but like vibes, honestly, because like I didn't play the game long enough. I never really watched it that much. But the vibe element of it is fun, and like I think that I'm probably arriving at some amusingly wrong positions that I'm just not posting. Like I watched like 50 minutes of Ecuador earlier, and I was like, name a better team. Go ahead, I'll wait. Prove me wrong. And like that
David,
was demonstrably wrong within the 15-minute window that I had the thought, but I was very sure of it when I had it.
David, I love the World Cup because, like, look, I don't follow soccer. I'm not an expert on the beautiful game, but it's like the Olympics. It's a world event that happens every 4 years, and it provides an opportunity for me as an American to just do an inventory of which countries, their culture, and peoples I like and which I hate. And like you, Dave, I was trying to do a vibes-based sort of pick'em, Spain and Costa Rica, and I was like, you know what? I have good to neutral feelings about both these countries, but you know what? The Costa Rican national anthem, that goes a lot harder than the Spanish one. I'm picking Costa Rica in this game, and they got obliterated 7-0 by the Spanish. 7-0, which if it were a baseball game would be like 150 to nothing.
Yeah, this is basically like a mathematically impossible score to lose a soccer game by. That's also another sort of fun, because like I don't know necessarily. People say that certain teams are bad, and Saudi Arabia, which I think was by consensus the worst team in the field, like beat a very good Argentina team, or at least like an Argentina team that was expected to be respectable. And I didn't watch the game, but because it happened at like 5 a.m. my time, and I'm not dedicated like that. But apparently they played perfect, and that's but putting yourself in a position recreationally, like this is just on your spare time, like before the sun even comes up, to be like, well, you got to hand it to Saudi Arabia. It's like not like a smart fan choice necessarily, and yet whatever. I got another 2 weeks of it, and then I'll just go back to switching it into the off position and crying about the men's roster construction.
The World Cup provides opportunity to be faced with such questions as, which country do I find more annoying, France or Australia? And I had to conclude France because some old bat told me to be quiet this summer when I was speaking at a totally reasonable conversational volume in a restaurant in Paris. So fuck France, all hail Australia, even though they lost. Bums.
Okay, so I guess we know what you need to do. You need to root for the team you want to lose from now on.
Yeah,
you've got the jinx on you.
Okay, go England.
I also feel like something that makes me feel less worldly in this is that I know that there's a lot of like deeply annoying European cultures that I haven't experienced. Like I know people that have like beef with the Belgians and Dutch people that is like based on a similar experience to what you had. Like they were just like walking around and like someone like squirted mayo on them from a friet stand and didn't apologize for it, and they're just like so absolutely motherfuck Belgium forever. And it's I don't know, like I haven't been. I liked In Bruges. Like, that's all I've got to go on.
If anyone, people should definitely hate the Dutch more. Certainly, if they've ever had replies on Twitter, the Dutch are notorious as the worst replying nation in the world at Twitter.
How does that manifest? It's a guy named like Vliet van Vlas. Like,
yeah, it's like Vliet van Vlorp is going to show up to like do like actually in your every time. It's some guy. He's from Splorgendorp. And he's got like a background of just like a bicycle.
Nice. they have like a really exceptional logical fallacy pedagogy program over there, like K through 12. Yeah.
It's a nation of engineers. Like, they only exist because they figured out how to do fucking windmills and dikes and stuff. Very boring, very annoying.
Well, I mean, if you're watching footy, you got to have Scran.
You got to have Scran. That's the whole point. You got to have
Scran. Have you been having good Scran, David?
Simple as. Yeah, I've been doing my best. It's weird because a lot of these are morning sports for me. So all the real good Scran picks that you can find, I think it's at Footy Scran on Twitter, which I can't recommend enough, are like, it's either some like a hot dog boiled for an hour at Millwall FC, or it's like legitimately like restaurant grade looking stuff from like Korean club soccer, where they're sort of like, well, this isn't the best bento box they have there, but this is the one I got.
Or it's just like a plastic cup with just bean juice in it.
Yes, yeah. The smack barm at
the barms are so good.
The British need an intervention with their pee deal. It's like, what happened to you? I got to believe that's all related to like the Blitz and austerity Britain, where they're all fixated on a pile of mashed up peas.
Do you know about the pea wet situation as a sandwich topping? All right, yeah, I figured that
the water from the peas.
Yeah, not the peas
Pea
themselves.
water as a seasoning.
Yep.
As a condiment.
Do you mind if I wet this sandwich up for you a little bit?
Well, it's like the classic Italian wet beef, but it's like,
Oh yeah, but no, wait a minute. That's
dipped
I'm
in a
sorry.
toilet.
I'm sorry. The gravy from the slow roasted beef. No, thank you.
Get that shit out of
Yeah,
here.
the Italian beef does not compare to like a sandwich that is just like a hot dog bun filled with French fries covered with the water from canned peas. Like they are notionally the same, but it is not in any way.
Come on, England. Let's bring it home. Let's do it for the Queen, lads. Let's bring it home.
Lions. They are not to date this episode, but I think they have an appointment to beat the United States terribly in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's on right now.
Oh, is it? All right.
Yeah, it's on right now. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess the other thing I've been enjoying is the American sports media, like covering Qatar or like the World Cup in Qatar, and they don't really know what to make of it. But the thing is, like, they're perfect simps for the emir of Qatar because they've been covering the NFL for years, and like, there's not that much difference between the emir of Qatar and I don't know Dan Schneider or Jerry Jones.
No, I don't think so. I mean, certainly in terms of like if you're going by like absolute villainy rankings, like no, it's kind of a very similar like percentage. I think also like I was in Doha for like this was like 4 jobs ago. I went over there when they just got the World Cup and they were starting construction on stuff. And it's a very strange place. I mean, it was strange then just in the sense that it was like 75% construction sites, completely unwalkable. I don't think I met more than like 1 or 2 people that actually were Qatari. Like everybody that works there is from someplace else. But the city itself, as I have seen it reported on, it's like they build these for wherever the Super Bowl is. The week before, it's just media week, and they build these like fan villages. They did one when the Super Bowl was at Giant Stadium. They did one at Times Square that went from 42nd to 34th Street. And it's all just like the Oldsmobile fan experience tent where you like wait on the line and then you can get your picture taken with like a Buick. And then like you just leave the tent and that's the whole thing. And it seems like that's what like Doha has like completely transformed itself into, that just with like active sports in it, as opposed to like, a giveaway every hour for like a jersey that says Toyota on the back. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like the FIFA is unique in how gross it is. Like, I feel like Dan Snyder is a uniquely American pathogen, that like, and sort of to his credit, I guess, just in the sense that he's like litigious and weird and like much shorter than you'd expect. And like the one time I saw him covering an event, he was wearing a full suit and a baseball cap, like someone who'd been either like, he looked like me at my bar mitzvah, but he looked more like the general aesthetic was like the worst NBA lottery selection imaginable. Like a very like expensive suit and then just like a logo cap stuck on top of it. But the FIFA sort of infrastructure, like Gianni Infantino and like these weird sort of like Euro creatures that get elevated to the top of that structure are like, it's sort of like the IOC, but it's also unique. Like those are guys that
it's somehow even more corrupt than the International Olympic Committee.
Yeah, just like a completely bribe-based life form. Like I don't like Gianni Infantino has evolved to just like eat cash transfers. Like no food enters his body. Like he is sustained entirely through like
Johnny
anonymous
Baby.
Contributions of euro.
Johnny Baby.
Yeah.
It's Johnny Baby, head of
John
FIFA.
Baby. You saw his very good, like the Andrew Cuomo type speech that he made.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that in the episode. I'm gay. I'm a migrant.
Today
I'm an
I feel
Arab.
migrant.
Well, moving on from the beautiful game, let's talk about some extraordinary lames. That's right, folks. It's turkeys of the year, and I want to start this off by there was this is a tweet from the House Republican Judiciary Committee from October 6th of this year, before the midterm elections, that is barely even 2 months old. But there's a lot going on in it.